The other day I walked into a room and the client thought I was going to announce that I was pregnant because all the girls were telling her how excited I was for the new news, but I just was so excited to tell her I had Renuva for her. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa. I'm the founder of GoodSkin Clinics. We are located in Los Angeles and New York, and I'm here with Casey today.
Hi, I'm Casey Welk. I'm a nurse practitioner here at GoodSkin Clinics.
Yeah, and today we're going to talk to you guys about everything Renuva. We've been injecting it about 3 years, right? Yeah, 3 years. We are talking about it now because it's actually been on back order all of COVID. But during COVID, all our clients that were using it, we knew it was going to be on back order. So they basically hoarded and bought their own Renuva stock. And so
now that we have it again,
yeah,
we're using it a lot.
A lot. It's very different than filler. It's not filler. Renuva is an extracellular matrix derived from a human that is causing your body to make its own fat cells. It looks all natural because it is all natural, and we place it in areas for clients that have volume deficit.
We use that Renuva to replace the fat that we've lost.
That's one of the big secrets of our work, is that we want to imitate Mother Nature to the best of our ability. The skin actually really looks supple and plump with light. I'm very transparent about what it is, so you guys might be shocked. Renuva is human derived, and it is an extracellular matrix of proteins and growth factors. It causes your body to make its own fat cells, literally your own fat cells. Incredible.
So cool.
Yeah.
Human derived, this is not a new idea in medicine. We do organ transplantation. Many times in dental procedures, they do bone grafts from donated tissues.
I have a lot of clients who have had bone graft or worked with human derived products, and they're like, oh, that's great. My body does well. There's no reaction. It's bioidentical.
It's a process that is regulated by the FDA in many cases. In many ways, it's safer than some of the other things that aren't bioidentical.
MFT is a tissue bank that's nonprofit. MFT has never had any disease transmission, which is what for a tissue bank they worry about. Renuva is going to be for a client that has overall volume loss or fat loss. Anyone who has issues with water retention from filler, anyone who has issues with allergies, their body can sometimes attack the filler. It's very rare, but I'd say about 1% of our clients, their body just metabolizes fillers very quickly. Very rare. But I have just a few in my practice, and they obviously love Renuva because we're talking about 10 plus years. Yeah.
So what if I don't like it? Yeah. Do I have to live with it for 10 years?
Great concern. For the best of it and the worst of it, it's not something that is going to happen overnight.
We build it gradually.
Yeah.
So we see how that first session of Renuva looks and how it's settling, and we build from there. That's part of the way we make things look natural.
A lot of layering, a lot of observing, a lot of photo taking. The other day I had a new client. She wanted to know that if something was going to last 10 plus years, that she kind of knew how it would look first. I agree. We decided to do most of her work with fillers. And then as the fillers were going away, her and I decided that we're going to slowly replace it with Renuva. So we're going to agree to the aesthetic, build trust together, and then we're going to slowly replace for Renuva. So that's another really good idea for people that are concerned about longevity. We actually can break it up using either a Kenalog, or we can even dissolve it with Kybella.
So it's fully adjustable, which is great. It's nice to have that option if we need it.
How do you decide between Renuva and filler?
That's a really good question. So Renuva, as we discussed, is fat. We're replacing fat with Renuva. So in areas where we are replicating or restoring bone in the face, where we want structure, we really can't use Renuva. We need to use something a little more structural. It's just not firm enough.
Yeah.
So in those cases, we stick with structural fillers.
Yeah. For example, if you lack a jawbone and you want to look untouched and you want to look the most believable, we're not going to lean in with lots of Renuva. You probably might still need a little Renuva in some places, but we're going to want to build you a jawbone with a filler product that is going to most closely resemble bone. And we want to get specific on placement too, so that it looks just like Mother Nature intended it. Because you could also use filler that acts like fat and then it won't look like jawbone.
We would never do that.
Yeah, we would.
We get a lot of questions about Renuva versus Sculptra, two of our longer lasting injectables. So when patients ask you, should I do Sculptra? Should I do Renuva? What do you tell them? It's
really important to make it their choice. Always make it your choice. Sculptra is not human derived. Sculptra is actually the same ingredient as threads. And so that causes your body to make its own volume, versus the Renuva is going to be human derived with growth factors and cause your body to make fat. Sculptra is going to help you make your own volume and also improve your skin, but it's not actually the type of true fat volume that Renuva is doing. Sculptra is going to use polylactic acid to cause your body to make its own volume. Renuva is going to use the protein and the growth factors for you to make your own fat, which will last longer. Let's talk about lasting time. Sculptra is 2+ years, Renuva is 10+ years. We also then have the issue that Renuva is going to be some immediate results. Sculptra is going to be delayed results over the course of 6 to 9 months. Renuva is going to be immediately. And then let's go down to price. So Renuva is a little more expensive, but not a lot more. So Sculptra can be a little more cost effective. And so for people that have price concerns, we can also mix the two to get them a little bit of both worlds, and sometimes do Renuva slower or faster depending on the patient.
Where are some of your favorite places to put it?
I can use a little bit around the eyes, which I think is, wow, magical, because a lot of fillers, we have some issues with lymphatic drainage there. The temples, you can never go wrong with having fat in your temples. You're never gonna age and be like, oh, I wish I didn't have that there.
And when I mention temples, patients are usually kind of taken aback. They don't think or really look at their temples, but it's so important to overall balance of the face. Yeah. We get a lot of questions about downtime, and honestly, there's not much downtime. No. There's always the potential of bruising. Always. We have quite a few techniques while injecting to really mitigate those chances.
It does the day of feel more swollen. I would talk to the patients the day after, which for fillers is normally when you have the most swelling. And they'd say like, oh, I feel great. So it's those growth factors. Growth factors are amazing.
Lisa, I've really enjoyed talking about Renuva today. One of my favorite topics. We've tried to answer all of your questions, but if you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can also book a first-time patient evaluation where we can go more in depth about your personal plan.
You can do it on our website, www.goodskinclinics.com. It's complimentary. We love to explain things. We love to educate people. We're really out to change the stigma on this whole industry. So let's do it.